really interesting stuff, all right? I'll be damned. One of principals and school teachers going to get it. A principal decided to do this to a child. Put it up. Doesn't look as if this should be done by a principal of a school. I'm going to give you the background to a video that has been circulating on social media. Let's keep that picture up. School principal placed his own student in a headlock, injured this student. I will get into those injuries. There's a video circulating on social media that appears to show the principal at Anson High School putting a student in a headlock, chokehold, and then decided to double down on it, or at least the powers that be are supporting him. And now the Wadesboro Police Department tells Channel 9 they are looking into the incident. Initially, they were not. The fight happened, there was a fight, all right? Students, they were fighting. It happened Tuesday. It started between two students. Now I want you to follow the narrative here. One of the students told Channel 9, and I quote, that's when he got me in the chokehold until I couldn't talk and I couldn't breathe oxygen. My oxygen feels like it was going out and everything started going black on me, said Dequarius Ratliff, the student who was placed in the hold. He was moving his grip. He was getting tighter. That's when my cousin ran up and yelled, "Let him go." There's more. Ratliff, a 10th grader at the school, said he was taken to the police station. He then went to the hospital after his grandmother picked him up. He admits that he was in the wrong by fighting, but he and his family say the principal was also in the wrong. You don't do a student like that. You don't do no student like that, said Pauline. That's the grandmother. Pauline says her grandson had a slipped disc in his neck. That can last basically forever. Videos circulating on social media appear to show the principal at the high school putting a student in a headlock chokehold. And now the Wadesboro Police Department tells Channel 9 is looking into the incident. The fight happened Tuesday and started between two students. One of the students told Channel 9. You can see in the video that punches are thrown between the two students and a crowd of students around them yelling. During the fight, the principal, Chris Stinson, is seen getting in the middle of the two students and trying to break it up. If you look at how the investigation started, principal, this is amazing. This is what the school said. The family also says there wasn't enough communication from the school. Now remember, this is a major incident, right? You have a school principal laying physical hands on a student. Obviously, you have to tell the parents, but the family also says there was not enough communication from the school, with one family member saying she had to find out about the incident from a friend who saw it online. She was like, "Have you been on Facebook?" I said, "No, ma'am." And she said, "Well, Principal Stinson just choked your nephew plumb out," said Doris Willoughby. That is the aunt of the young man in question. Pauline and Doris told Channel 9 they went to the school on Wednesday to try and get answers, but were unsuccessful. We reached out to Anson County Schools for information Wednesday morning. The district sent the following statement just after 6 p.m. You won't believe this damn statement. They say in their official statement, Principal Chris Stinson was very near to the students and immediately tried to break up the fight. He used what appeared to be reasonable force to try to separate the two students and was struck in the jaw while doing so. Principal Stinson pulled the student who initiated the fight away from the other student while the student was still resisting, as if he was under arrest. Mr. Stinson appeared to be under control throughout the situation and is specifically authorized by the law to use reasonable force to control behavior or to remove a person from the scene in situations when it is necessary to quell a disturbance threatening injury to others, for self-defense, for the protection of people or property, or to maintain order on educational property. School employees are expected to act. What kind of school district is this? I want to remind everyone, when we have seen white teachers, white principals abuse children, when we have seen them fight them in hallways, say the N-word, completely lose their ish while being recorded, has a district ever come out like this? No. They will say things like, it is under investigation. We are sad to see this is an ongoing thing, blah, blah, blah. But here, they have concluded without an investigation all of the facts. We don't know why the fight happened. We don't know if the young man was possibly defending himself. We don't know. But that kind of response should tell everyone all you need to know about that school district. They're not student advocates, they're advocates for the principal. There's more. The school investigation is ongoing. Did you see that? You hear this joke, right? After they concluded what happened, they then say the school investigation is ongoing. As the investigation by the Wadesboro Police Department. Mr. Stinson, this is what they added after they said he's under investigation. Mr. Stinson is a highly respected and valued school administrator who acted quickly to break up a fight and to prevent further injury to a student who had been attacked. School investigation is ongoing. Obviously, it is not ongoing. It has been concluded. Dear brother, what are your thoughts here?
Listen, this is first of all, North Carolina on the show twice for two ridiculous reasons, but it's also common in that state, right? Where we see this blatant disregard for life, and how we give Black people second-class citizens. First of all, the chokehold that this principal is using is barred. It's illegal for police officers to use against suspects in crimes. So how is it reasonable for a student to suffer at the hands of a principal in this manner? Keep in mind, this statement sounds like it came from the New York Police Department after Eric Garner's death. Who wrote this statement? We're talking about somebody's child being choked out and now has a slip disc because of this. And if the result of two children fighting is they end up in a police station, then this principal should end up in a police station as well, because he was definitely fighting that child as he choked him out and dragged him across the room. Just from the picture we saw on your show, Dr. Richey, that was absolutely disgusting tactics. When and where are you in danger when you're behind someone, dragging them by their neck? That is not reasonable. That is not reasonable, but for when you are white and you're dragging a Black child. This is not acceptable, and we have to question everyone in this school district that approved this to be the statement that they're gonna put out. How are you investigating, and the person you're investigating, you're talking about how high they are held within this community? How are you saying this person acted reasonably and you're investigating them? Yeah. These are two different actions. You've concluded, as you said, and you're also investigating. Investigating seems like you're really trying to figure out a reason to smooth this over so as to keep this white man's job.
That's it, dear brother. This is not an investigation. I'm sure they have a connection with the police department, as many communities do locally. And they have sent a very clear message to the police department and anybody else who would like to thoughtfully investigate this, that they will be anti that investigation. All right, that's what they've done with this release.